Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently in a mildly awkward situation here. We're being swarmed by helicopters from the north. We've taken out half of the supporting enemy forces, but the other half is still over here. So it's going to take a little bit of time. This Karnov over here has actually taken quite a lot of damage from the wheeled APC out this way.
Commander.
But we can currently move our Trebuchet. We're currently in the middle of this minefield. And I kind of want to just not move right now. I'd like to take out this Ripper. We're not in a position to do that. Hit odds on the Telltale are 6.5%. Hit odds on the Karnov are 8.5%. Like, they're really bad across the board. Yeah, from Burning Forest is a big part of it. See, getting out of this minefield would be great, but where do we go? Here? I guess we could go here. A bunch of mines on the way.
Order acknowledged.
And that was not where I told it to go. And it actually stopped moving. Okay. That's exciting. Well, that heavy tracked APC is on its way over. What's in this leg? Nothing. So if we lose this leg on the Trebuchet, is it the end of the world? Well, it's going to be rough, no matter how we slice it. This Ripper just didn't move. That's intriguing. So our Scimitar is absolutely going to head up this hill as much as it can, which isn't a lot. This is, of course, trees, and tanks are not very good at trees. So that's okay for now. We want to make our way up over this way and engage these guys. Phase 11, who is moving now? This is going to be like this Karnov. Okay. It moves up and fires on our Trebuchet. Gets a tiny amount of damage, but really that's not that much of a concern. Okay. So our Shadowhawk is, at this point, going to sprint in down over here, I think. I want this Ripper gone. Like, completely and totally gone. Hit odds aren't great, because we sprinted for one of them, but, yeah, enemy effects +2, size delta, long range +4. Let's get in there and see what we can get done. The answer is not much, but the Ripper is panic level critical now. We need to get these helicopters out of here. That is a very high priority at this moment. So the Wasp Land Air Mech moves over and fires on the enemy Trebuchet. Gets a little bit of damage in there, but I'm really not too concerned about that. Phase 10. This Karnov over here? Actually, the Trebuchet. Oh, it mined this area. I don't know that that's helpful. In fact, I'm fairly certain that that's not helpful. Yeah, I don't love that. Well, we do see the Sestrus moving in here and firing on the Wasp Land Air Mech. It gets one hit in there. It's not that big of a deal. Next up, of course, is our Centaur. So the Centaur, I kind of want to take up over here. Since it does have some range to its weapons, I want to take it up this direction. I want it to go specifically here. There we go.
Accelerating to maximum speed.
And then we can fire on the Ripper VTOL. 26% hit odds on that. Yeah, I think we take it. I want that Ripper VTOL gone. It's panic level critical right now. And there we go. It's out of here. So that's great. One helicopter down. Next up, who moves? Phase 17. So it'll be this Wraith, and it'll be this Telltale VTOL. So the Telltale is still a big concern at this moment. No doubt about that. We'll see where it decides to go. It's got 10 evasive right now, which is quite a lot of evasive. No doubt about that. And it's probably going to want to hit our Trebuchet. But actually, this is a Wraith, and it DFA'd the Land Air Mech. And it hit this time. So the Land Air Mech is having some serious issues. No doubt about that. But they didn't go for the Trebuchet, at least not with that unit. So there's definitely some more units on their way in over here. The Telltale VTOL positions here, fires on our Trebuchet. That's a lot of damage. It got a crit on the LRM-15 there. The Trebuchet is getting a walloping right now. Now, the Trebuchet is a backup mech. And they dropped additional mines here. That's really awkward. Okay. So the Trebuchet is a backup mech. We may want to eject it here, though. I'll consider it. But they're definitely focusing it pretty hard. A little bit of damage to the enemy Trebuchet here, but really not much going on there, all things considered. Heavy tracked APC moves in. For now, it's reasonably fine. I really, really dislike these mines here. Like, extremely strongly dislike them. They're blocking us off pretty heavily. We might be able to make our way around this direction, but it's going to be rough. The Waspland Air Mech moves back, fires a rear arc attack on the Wraith, putting in additional mines out over here. So that's just acting as area denial for us. That's definitely not ideal. No doubt about that. So now this Karnov is going to move. We'll see what it decides to do here. Going for the Hoplite. That's, I think, a really bad choice. Okay, so our Shadowhawk moves now. I'm going to move it in up over this way.
Affirmative.
And we can fire on the Karnov. Good hit odds there. I'm going to hit the Karnov. Wait. It said that this was going to be in range. It's not. Okay, I guess we have to hit the Telltale.
Affirmative.
This is much worse hit odds. But I guess we'll soften it up a bit. So that's fine? I guess. The Trebuchet is going to move over and not do too much. Now, our Scimitar can't proceed forward here? Oh, I guess it can't. Okay, that's awkward. We're going to have to pull the Scimitar back over here then. I assumed that we would be able to go up over here, but we can't. So we're going to have to come back over this way. Our Hoplite, I kind of want it to stay put here. Yeah, fire on that Telltale VTOL.
Fire.
We missed almost everything there. It seems we're still in awkward rolls. It definitely seems like that. Okay, so phase 9, we're finally going to get to move our Trebuchet. I do think ejecting the Trebuchet is the call here. Who's their phase 9 mover? The Sestrus. Okay, and then it fires on the Shadowhawk. That's not too bad. It would have been actually significantly worse if it had fired on the Trebuchet, in my opinion. So the Trebuchet has got to go. It's gotten focused pretty hard, and we just gotta get it out of here. It cannot stay. So the Trebuchet ejects. That's fine for now. The Centaur is going to move up over this direction. Its current mission is to take out probably the Karnov here. So eliminate the Karnov transport. It should die. There we go.
For House Arano.
One dead transport.
Battle mech down.
Excellent. So next up, of course, we've got 2 more helicopters. We've got the Telltale VTOL, and we've got the Karnov transport that's down over here. As far as how we're going to eliminate each of those, I think that the Centaur, I really, really strongly dislike these mines here. I'd love it if the wheeled APC would just eliminate them. Oh! He actually fired a PPC at us and missed. That clears out a number of those mines. So that's great. And then he walked around in the minefield himself and took a little bit of damage. So yeah, I'm okay with that. Our Scimitar is going to make its way up over here where we're not going to hit any mines.
Roger that.
Firing on probably the Telltale VTOL. Yes, hit odds are highest there, but they're not great. Yeah, we miss. I'm not shocked about that one.
Failed to connect.
We have eliminated half of the enemy forces and half of the reinforcements, though. So that's a good sign. Does that mean the insurgent leader's in a vehicle? No, the insurgent leader is still up there. Remarkable. Okay, so phase 14 is going to be the Telltale VTOL. It's still got a little bit of something in the missiles.
Oh, you bastards.
Okay. Brick is bleeding out now. That is really unfortunate. Our Shadowhawk is going to position right up over here and continue to hit that Telltale VTOL as much as possible. 37% hit odds here. Not great on the clustering, but it wasn't really expected to be. A narc hitting the cockpit, though. Again, with the it's all awkward rolls the whole way. We have 8 activations, though, so we have a lot more activations for our hoplite, so that's good. So Brick will be okay for a little bit here anyway. Okay, they're firing on our Centaur. They got 2 missiles in. That's not very concerning at all.
You just made a terrible mistake.
Okay, Trebuchet moves around a little bit in the mines.
Yes, Commander.
And of course, our hoplite at this point really does want to shoot down that VTOL. So I'm going to do exactly that. We're going to shoot down the VTOL, hopefully, right now. Fire everything. We miss basically everything. We are really rolling badly here. Like, I understand that these are low odds shots, right? But we failed so many of them in a row that it's bad luck at this point. Continuing to hit the race with the land air mech, that's okay. I'm wondering about getting in behind this Trebuchet up this direction with our Centaur. That would be pretty ideal, but I don't know that that's going to happen. Okay, 3 more damage to the Trebuchet. I really wish they'd take out the Karnov down here with the wheeled APC, but it doesn't seem to be moving. So there is that. There are so many mines around right now, though. Heavy tracked APC. Okay, sure. So, with our Centaur, we have a bit of a choice. We could try to get into rear arc of this Trebuchet here. I actually like this a lot. We position rear arc on the Trebuchet, and we can do a lot of damage here. It's already been softened in the rear arc as well. And the Trebuchet's out of here. From here, the Centaur is in position to take out that Karnov. The Karnov hasn't really been a threat as of yet, but it would be in position to do that. Another DFA on the land air mech there. Interesting. Well, we'll see what they end up doing here. That'll be the Karnov moving. And its rear arc is the one that's exposed, but it's softened like everywhere. So that's absolutely fine. We'll be in position for the Centaur to take that out, and we're going to be moving the Scimitar up this direction. We really need to get that Telltale VTOL eliminated, though. That is extraordinarily high priority right now. We need to get it out of here. We'll see what it does. Continues to fire on our hoplite. Okay, so it attached another narc to our hoplite. For the moment, this is reasonably fine.
Commander.
We've got 7 activations remaining for our hoplite. This just failed to move, though, the Telltale VTOL. So I want to... Wow, only 40% hit odds with no evasive. Did we fail our sensor roll? We didn't, from Burning Forest. Okay, so we might want to actually move slightly here. If we were to move out over here, we could position here. We'll take some landmine damage, but now we're not from Burning Forest, and our hit odds are so much better. So that'll be absolutely great. We still miss basically everything. Like I said, feast or famine. That's what we've got going on here. We're still in famine, it seems. So awkward is ensuing. I really want to get this Telltale VTOL eliminated. It's so close. We just have to hit it with something. That's what it comes down to. Hit it with something. It doesn't really matter what. Just anything. Heavy tracked APC moves, but doesn't fire. Let's move our Scimitar up over to here. And we should be able to take out the Telltale VTOL like this. This should do the trick, in theory. It's also possible it doesn't. But it does. Okay, good. That is out of here.
Target eliminated.
Fantastic. So with that gone, we're going to need to make our way out of this minefield as quick as we can with our hoplite. That's a Jaeger? Okay. Noted. That land air mech is not long for this world. In fact, it's gone right now. Okay. So our Shadowhawk at this point needs to start making its way around over this way. They don't have LOS on us due to this ridge. We're protected a little bit from that, and if they get LOS, they'll get a withering hail of fire in response. But we want to get our cavalry units up there. Our Centaur is not going to take any damage from this. And I want to make our way around over this direction-ish.
I'll break them in two.
Like, looking at this terrain, right? The mines are so awkwardly placed for us. So awkward. But we can position about here, eliminate this Karnov.
Here we go.
Get it out of here.
House
There we go.
Toronto.
So the Karnov is gone.
What a waste.
Next up, the question is, how are we going to get around? I think we have to come back around this direction to engage them. I really do. It's awkward, but I think we have to do it. Those mines are not great. Okay, the Wraith is engaging us across this range. That's noted. We'll see what our ally does. That is just this wheeled APC. It's been not moving and just occasionally lobbing LRMs. Definitely not consistently lobbing LRMs. No doubt about that. So that's all, I guess, fine. That Jaeger is way up there.
Awaiting orders.
So this is our Shadowhawk here. The Shadowhawk, we want to have it move around over this direction and make its way up so that it can threaten this corridor, right? That's what we want to do. So the Shadowhawk will be fine for that.
Yeah.
The Hoplite has 6 activations remaining before it's bled out. So I kind of want to get out of this minefield. Absolutely. And we'll just stop there. Now, we're currently panicked. That's definitely a bit of a concern. Please don't panic, Brick. Heavy tracked APC moves up and attacks our Shadowhawk. Now we have a target that we can attack.
Got lucky.
Okay. So our Scimitar can position somewhere around here. Not quite ideal range for the AC-5, but we can definitely fire on this tracked APC. It's a little bit stronger front arc, and we did not hit very much there, but that's okay. So phase 9. At this point, who are they even moving? They've got the Cestris, they've got the heavy tracked APC. I think they're down to 4 units at this point.
Follow my lead.
Okay, so
You've got my attention.
if we were hypothetically to move our way... Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. This is not saying that we're going to take mines. This will be front arc on the Wraith.
Moving as fast as I can.
We just made it through those mines. Do mines not have friendly fire anymore? That's intriguing. Let's hit this Wraith as hard as we can here. Softening it up a little bit. But we're really interested in getting in behind it, right? The Wraith is going to move now. We've got 9 evasive. We're in cover. It might try to come around here. How did we hit that? It spread out quite a lot. Okay, noted. Yeah, he's coming in for that melee attack. He does miss his melee attack. That's a big deal. Yeah, that went very, very poorly for that Wraith. Incredibly poorly. Can we get behind him? I suspect we can. We'll find out. That'll be a next round sort of thing, though. For now, of course, we need to be focusing on this heavy tracked APC as our only real target over here. That Jaeger is just kind of creeping around up there. We've got 5 activations remaining here. We might want to just recover 2 points of lost blood for our hoplite for now. There we go.
I'm receiving
And the Scimitar can close in out over here-ish, about here.
Affirmative.
That'll be ideal firing range for this heavy tracked APC. That looks like a hit. I don't know if that hit technically because the game froze there. It does that periodically. Yeah, that definitely hit in that flank. Okay, so that's good. Firing on the Scimitar. No major damage there. Does it have Ace Pilot? Is it going to leave? Or is it just going to hang out there? It's just hanging out. Okay, so we know that that damage was on the left side, right? So that's this side out over here. Can we sprint out beyond it? Well, we can get into front arc anyway and position here and fire on the heavy tracked APC and hopefully eliminate it. We didn't get any hits where we needed it. Structure exposure, but we didn't actually get any hits into the internals there, which is sad. We actually almost exposed the structure on the other side. Yeah, awkward clustering there. No doubt about it. That could have been a kill, but it wasn't. So they're continuing to fire on our Centaur. No problem there right now. So I think the plan with the Centaur is eliminate the Wraith.
Orders.
So we'd like to come in behind over here, right? So just right here.
Roger.
Yeah, we take some burn damage from it, but we come in behind. 99% hit odds. I think we definitely kill it here.
Follow my lead.
Perfect. So the Wraith is out of here. Then I'm going to send the Centaur around to go after the Jaeger. So it's going to go up this direction and cross over here, flanking that while we're coming in this way. That's going to be the idea. So at this point, we could position the hoplite here to fire on that heavy transport, and I want to. I want this heavy transport gone before it gets an opportunity to move. Wow.
SRMs are out.
Okay, we have very awkward rolls right now. We are hitting this thing everywhere we don't want to and not hitting it most of the time. Cool. So, unfortunately, it gets to fire, and it gets a head hit. Of course it does. But now we can move our Scimitar, and the Scimitar is going to position right here,
Location confirmed.
and we're just going to finish off this heavy tracked APC, hopefully.
All weapon systems. All right.
Wow, we hit the armor again.
Solid connection on that one.
The most awkward. I love it. This thing has so little armor left. It's insane. I mean, we're going to get to finish it with the Shadowhawk, almost certainly. But we've almost maximally eliminated its armor. That's very sad. Our Centaur is, of course, going to be looping around over here, as I said. And we don't care about the Centaur taking some LRM damage. That's absolutely fine. So the Shadowhawk can position, in theory, here. And from here, we can fire on the Cestrus or on the heavy tracked APC. Obviously, we're going to fire on the APC. It's turbo dead from this. There's no way it survives it, even with literally the worst rolls on the planet. I mean, I say that, but all of those could have missed. That is theoretically possible, but extraordinarily unlikely. So at this point, they've got the Cestrus, which is fresh, and the Jaeger, which is fresh.
You've got my attention.
Our Centaur needs to make its way up here through the burn damage.
Aye, aye.
And is it worth lobbing some LRMs? I don't think so. We're going to say that's it for now there. Cool. So now our Scimitar moves, and it wants to make its way up over this way. We're not moving very quickly, though, so we're going to have to start accelerating. Of course, the Cestrus is almost certainly going to attack the Shadowhawk here, and we kind of designed it that way. We've got 6 activations remaining for our hoplite, and I'm just going to take us up over here. The Shadowhawk is at this point, I want to sprint into this cover over here. So we're going to position here. Do we fire the M-Pod just to try to get this thing out of here? I don't know. I feel like we're not going to succeed this roll very well. So we'll just soften its armor up a bit. Yeah, we didn't succeed that all that well, so I'm glad we did that. The Jaeger's just chilling up on this hill for now. And we'll see what the Cestrus does, but they're down to just 2 enemies at this point. So this is getting really, really close. And now that we're closing in with the Shadowhawk, that's looking great. Indirect fire on the Centaur means that absolutely nothing happens there.
I'll break him.
Okay. So next round, our Centaur is going to close in up over this direction. In fact, I don't really love this positioning. I'm going to position up over here.
Affirmative.
And next round, we should be able to start firing on the Jaeger.
Aye, aye.
The hoplite, I do want to continue to move up over this way. We've got 5 rounds remaining for our bleed out. So that's okay.
Standing by.
And our scimitar is going to continue to advance through this rough
Heading
terrain.
out.
It can't move very quickly because it's rough terrain and it's a wheeled vehicle, but that's fine. We can now get into rear arc of this Cestrus, which is off over here, and we can kick it, and this is basically not necessarily a guaranteed kill, but we should absolutely fire the M-Pod here. 58 damage into that rear arc. I like it. It could easily kill us. That's a lot of crits, but we didn't take it down.
Heavy damage.
Okay.
AC-20 ammo's gone.
I can't say I'm shocked about that one. Yeah. Very, very awkward on our rolls again with the clustering there. It just really spread out. So the Jaeger is closing in down over this way. It's not really doing anything, and they're continuing to fire on our Centaur completely pointlessly. So I like this situation. This is great. Not concerned about that one at all. So next up, our Centaur is going to position... Hang on. This is rear arc. This Jaeger positioned very badly.
Confirmed.
So we position in the rear arc of the Jaeger. We're going to be running out of ammo pretty soon here,
Aye, aye.
but we can definitely soften that up.
I'll
Engine
break
crit,
them.
structure exposure. I believe we're out of SRM ammo now,
SRMs are out.
which is actually the first time we've run out of ammo with the Centaur, for the record. Yeah, awkward clustering again, but not bad all things considered. Jaeger's just firing its pulse lasers. That's fine.
Lucky bastard.
No major issue
solid
there.
hit.
I like it.
I'm receiving
So
it.
the Scimitar needs to move up over here, and we're going to go for the Cestrus. Mostly looking for the SRMs, but we'll fire the AC-5 just in case. And there we go. Phenomenal.
Enemy destroyed.
Now all we need is the Insurgent Leader. And that will die next round, I'm pretty sure. So our hoplite, we're not going to get in range to fire with this. I'm just going to first aid it.
Awaiting
The
orders.
Shadowhawk we can fire. This is side arc out over here. So I guess we could position here
Wilco.
and fire our MRM on the Jaeger.
Firing on target.
We're not expecting much out of this. That's mostly just a pot shot to keep him busy a bit.
For House
But
Arana.
now, of course, our Centaur can position about here. And so we shall. We're going to get those LRMs and ER micro lasers in there. Of course, without the SRMs, we are lacking some damage.
Should have watched you.
But there we go. The Jaeger's out of here. Beautiful.
Battle mech.
Can we capture that Jaeger?
Mission successful.
That would be neat if we could. We'll see what we get out of that. It was awkward, no doubt about it, but we pulled it off. Losing the Trebuchet the way that we didn't actually take any significant damage in the Trebuchet. That was mostly just cutting our losses. So, all things considered, that went pretty well. They crit an LRM 15, and that was it. One more salvo, though, and that Trebuchet would have been in serious damage. Potentially even destroyed with a dead pilot. And we didn't want that. That's for sure. So we did manage to get all of that done. Not bad at all. The Trebuchet, of course, took some damage. In this head, there was an FCS standard. So no problem there. I didn't even look. But yeah, no problem there whatsoever. We definitely took some damage. That's for sure. Trebuchet is going to take some time, but it's a backup mech, so that's okay. Do we have a Jaeger in here? Sadly, no. We don't even have any Jaeger parts. A lot of VTOL parts. Well, we mostly came here for weaponry. Hang on. That's a Jaeger part. It's down here. Okay. We can definitely grab the Jaeger part. Sadly, it's not a full Jaeger. I'm not interested in the Wraith at this point. Let's go for weaponry. We definitely need to be bringing up our amount of weaponry. Ferrofibrous armor there's interesting. We might come back to that. We're going to grab this PPC for the moment. A couple of ER medium lasers. Maybe a large laser. AC2 Imperator. I don't know about that. AC2s aren't great. We could toss in the Wraith. It's actually an interesting option. Piloting skills, Ace Pilot, and Multi-Tracker. That's a very interesting option. Let's do it. That can be a backup for our Shadowhawk, or even potentially the Shadowhawk could be a backup for the Wraith. We'd have to see how exactly that is going. So let's continue here. We did manage to get quite a lot out of that. I like it. That's not bad. So obviously, unfortunately, we've not managed to get a set of weapons for our crossbow just yet. But that Wraith is definitely an interesting option to be a backup to our Shadowhawk. We have no backup to that right now. And or also be deployed. That might not be a bad idea either. My main question is it faster than the Shadowhawk and approximately equivalent to punching? It'll be lacking like the MRMs and such. We can get that figured out in the next episode, I think. We're already past time to cut this one, so we're going to get those repairs and such done next episode. But let's get this loaded on in and see what Yang thinks.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Okay, 100,000 and 24 days for the repair. Yeah, get started on that. That'll be okay. I'm not surprised that it's quite a bit. So get started on that, Yang, and we'll get this sorted out. So I want the Apollo to be the top priority. The Trebuchet can be the secondary priority. And then we'll start to, assuming I remember, because it'll be next session. But assuming that I remember, we'll see about getting that Wraith good to go. Hopefully. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.